Welcome to Figure Feedback. My name is Jeremy, and in case you didn't know, Bambu Lab announced a brand new 3D printer today, and it's one that we already knew was coming. We've seen leaks here and there, but it has been made official. It is the Bambu Lab H2S, and it is a single nozzle version of the H2D, and you can pick it up by itself for $1,249, or if you want to get the AMS combo, it is $1,500, and it also supports the laser functionality for $2,099. And if you want to know more about this printer, there are a lot of different YouTubers who have gotten this printer already, and they've been playing with it for some weeks, and there's full reviews that is available for this printer if you're interested in it. But I don't think that this is the most interesting reveal today. The most interesting reveal is what is going to be coming up in the future before the end of the year, and that is another Bambu Lab printer, and it is the H2C. And the H2C was announced alongside the H2S. And here is a blog post that just sort of goes over the main aspect of this printer, and this is called the Vortek hot-end change system. This is the answer to a waste-free multicolor filament system that people have been wanting from Bambu Lab, that they wanted the H2D to be. When a lot of people said, why wasn't it a tool changer? Why wasn't it something that just swapped the nozzles? Like, well, look at what Prusa's doing. And then you got Snapmaker coming out with their printer. But what was Bambu Lab doing this whole time? They were working on this, and they even have a little video here that I'll play a little bit of it so that you can kind of see it in action. Now, the cool thing is, look at it. I mean, it has these 6 separate nozzles that are going to be working interchangeably. When it's time to get another color, it's just going to go grab one of those other 6 nozzles and then just go right back to work. And this is what they believe the most efficient way of dealing with purge waste, which is a very, very serious issue when it comes to multicolor and multi-material 3D printing. Now, let's take a look at this system a little bit more. So in this blog post, they go over the different ways that one could go about swapping out different filaments and reducing or eliminating all waste when you do that, such as swapping only the hot end assembly, swapping the tool head, swap the whole gantry. But they decided to go with this new way that is actually wireless, and they use induction heating in order to heat the nozzle wirelessly. It sounds pretty trippy, right? You know, like those induction stoves that you got where you got to have like a cast iron pan or something that's magnetic, and then when it detects it, it starts to heat it up just like that. And they also say that it has a custom micro circuit board on the hot end that receives power, it measures temperature, and it communicates wirelessly to the tool head. And that sounds pretty darn fancy, but at the same time, they say that when it comes to doing basic things such as clearing the nozzle for these types, for this new type of system that they're working with, you'll be able to clear clogs from the nozzle just as easily as you would clear a clog in the nozzles that's used today. So I do like that that is still remaining the same way that we are used to right now. And all of this is going to be available on the Bambu Lab H2C that they're hoping to have available by the end of 2025. Now, if you are seeing this and you're like, you know what, I just bought a Bambu Lab H2D, either when it first came out or recently, either way, it's been less than a year, and here we go again with brand new models. I'm left out in the dirt. That isn't completely true, because just like how the H2D can be upgraded to the laser version of the H2D, if that's what you want, if that's what you wanted to do, this new system is also upgradable. You can upgrade an H2D to an H2C. It's not going to be without its effort. And I'm glad that they were, upfront about this here. They say that it does require some skill, patience, and a willingness to carefully follow instructions in a few hours of your time, because it's definitely more involved than swapping out a clogged nozzle. And we would not encourage entry-level customers to do it. Can I upgrade my H2S to an H2C? Well, technically you can, but we post this blog just to make sure you don't waste your time and budget in doing it. So that is some good information that you should know right up front. I know there's a lot of tinkerers in the 3D printing community who probably would not mind putting together something like that, especially if you built 3D printers in the past. But it's nice to know that there is an upgrade path to this new zero purge waste system here that you can do if you want to. I mean, just look at that. That looks so cool, right? And then in this particular video, they have all these really cool sound effects. It sounds like, I don't know, like guns unloading and reloading. But yeah, really, really cool to see this in action when they're finally ready to do it. And they also put out an FAQ about this and the new 3D printer with just a handful of questions, nothing too crazy. But here are some of them here. So is the Vortek a separate system or only available on a new 3D printer? And as we went over earlier, it is both. It's going to be available on the Bambu Lab H2C, as well as being available for the H2 series of Bambu Lab printers if you choose to do the upgrade path for yourself. And the number of hotends that you can use for this printer is going to be seven total. And I know like that's a bit of it's an odd number, so it's weird. But the way that it's going to work is that the left side is what they're going to be calling the lifting tool head. And then the other hotends are going to be on the right side. So like the left end is just going to do its thing as it normally would. And then the right side of the tool head is going to be going back and forth and grabbing all the other ones and going back and doing all that stuff. So that's why it is 7. And when you use 7, it's going to be a purgeless, wasteless 3D printing system, but it can go all the way up to 24 colors and 24 materials at the same time if you want. But if you do that, it will no longer be purgeless. It will no longer be wasteless. If you choose to use more than those 7 materials, then there is going to be some purging involved. And as they say here, Bambu Studio will try to smartly minimize the amount of purge that you get if you choose to go that route. But I think that for most people, having 7 different colors to be all purge free would be more than enough. And for the rare occasion that you need to do up to 24, then, you know, you're back in waste territory. But I think that that is reasonable. So if you're curious about this and you want to know more about this Vortek hot end chain system and the, somewhat limited information that we currently have about it, I will leave some links in the description. You can go over to the official source from Bambu Lab and learn more about it and look at the video and all that good stuff. But this definitely is a really, at least cool looking way to swap out your different filament colors and your different filament types. And I really would like to see this in action. And the fact that we don't even have to wait long, we're already almost at the end of August, and this is supposed to come out in the 4th quarter of 2025. That means it's only like a few months away. Pricing, we don't know yet. I'm pretty sure it's going to be more expensive than what we are currently having for the H2D. But if it's not, that will be another amazing surprise. But yeah, it's good to see that this competition is growing in this particular field, because the next frontier is going to be wasteless 3D printing when it comes to doing filament swaps. And it's good to see that Bambu Lab is finally gotten involved in that. So I think that's where the new frontier is going to be, is where the new war is going to be fought between your Prusa XLs with the 5 tool heads and the Snapmaker U1s and what Bambu Lab has going on. And I think that other 3D printing companies are definitely going to have to catch up at this point, especially the ones who have just come out with multi-material filament systems that do things the old way. And now we're seeing other companies moving ahead. So it's good to keep that competition going. It keeps everybody on their toes. Some folks will get left behind, but hey, it's all in the name of innovation and better products for us, and hopefully cheaper products for us too. So that's going to do it for now. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.